Hello, everybody. Welcome back to After Hours with Karsen, Cervi, and...
BT Clutch, Brandon Lambert, whatever you prefer.
It says Brandon in the thumbnail, but...
It says Brandon on my tax forms. It says BT Clutch on the racer screen. It's whatever you want it to be.
Oh, man. And this is episode 4 of our new podcast, After Hours.
Yeah, and we've already hit the point where Carson's asking, what episode is this?
I know. That's what I said right before I hit the record button. I was like, what episode? So, this is episode 4 of After Hours with Karsen and Brandon.
Now, if you guys are anything like Karsen, you might be asking yourself every time you go into one of these episodes, what's the structure? There is never a structure.
As of right now, no. We're just kind of winging it.
And that's fine, because as a how do I put this? A fresh, raw podcast, there are contents to be filled out of nothingness.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're going to hit a phase where it's like, we can't talk about that. We already talked about that.
I know, right? But that's how this whole thing came about, because you and I, our conversations are just like, whoa.
And that's how we intend them to be on here.
Exactly.
Now, we do know at some point, I don't know how it's going to happen in this episode, but it's going to lead into some sort of movie conversation at some point.
Absolutely.
And hopefully it'll be a good one. And I know we have 2 kind of planned topics for today. I mean, that's kind of what we do. We'll start with a general gist. Karsen will be like, what are we talking about? And I'll be like, I don't know. And then I get here, and then I tell them last second is basically how we go about it.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, we'll get to better structure once we,
start running out of topics.
That, and once kind of we've determined our commitment, which I think is pretty set. My friend promised, or my friend said, don't just do like 3 episodes and then, quit on it, like stick with it. And like, hey, here we are, episode 4.
Episode 4, so
we made it.
We're getting there. We're past the trilogy mark.
So.
No
guest this week.
No
guest this week
Keeping
either.
It simple.
Yeah. So. And I know we will have Alan back on at some point.
Yeah, he said he wanted to come back.
Yes, because I did want to ask him one more NASCAR question. I'm not going to ask it now because you have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's okay. Mm-hmm. But so when I arrived here, Karsen, you're doing a little what do you call your little?
I was filming a TikTok.
Photo shoot, TikTok, whatever.
Yeah,
so.
I was filming a TikTok, filming content for 3RK.
And apparently this was not for Karts in the Dark, huh?
It was not. This was just like a trend we're getting on. I have a list of trendy things that are going on, and I don't know if you guys follow us on TikTok, but our TikTok is booming right now. This was the best year for it. I was in the cursed 200 view mark, where it's like you post a TikTok, it gets 200 views in like 5 minutes, and then it just stops. This year I broke out of that, and now my TikToks get at least 1,000. The mascot one I did was the highest viewed TikTok of my career. It went viral. So I'm trying to like keep that up and not fumble it, and make one bad one, and then we lose our audience.
That's probably kind of what helped it all take off too. The mascot thing, I'm sure had a lot to do with it.
It was that TikTok, man, and now I'm set for now.
You better not blow this.
Oh yeah,
this is your chance.
It's like I'm balancing on a tightrope, man. If I fall, I fall.
Listen, these are the kind of people that are entertained by sports teams' mascots. So like you have to maintain your level of entertainment. At a high standard.
We had a group come in today. It was a dad and 2 boys. The one boy was from Maryland. The other boy was from 2 hours. They were from 2 hours away, and they were like, "We heard this place from TikTok." Ooh. And they saw the mascots on the TV, and they were like, "The mascots were just here. We saw that on TikTok." And Lexi, who was working the front desk, who we had on the show once, she was like, "Yeah, they were here on the 17th of July and stuff like that." And then a couple came in over the weekend and said they heard of us from TikTok. So
I bet you guys were all giddy.
I was. Yeah. I definitely was. Lexi was, because she's on the marketing team.
I was going to say, you two are kind of like the driving force of the social media. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's awesome. So I'm trying not to screw it all up and trying to go higher.
You think the mascots are watching your TikToks?
A few of them, because I know now that they came in, I know some of the actors personally. So I know that they're following us because of their names, and I'm not going to point out one, but there's one.
They're actors?
Performers, the actors that portray the mascots. You got to do all the fancy little they got to know how to.
I feel like I wasn't supposed to know that.
They got to know how to work the audience without saying anything.
You're telling me there's people inside those things?
Yeah.
Oh
I hate to break the illusion.
What are you gonna do? Tell me Santa ain't real? Come on.
No, Santa's definitely real, man. He comes through our care all the time. So where were we? So yeah, I definitely know that they see it. Most of them, they follow us. They like it, all of it. So yeah, that's all great. So
before I ask you the next question, I just want you to know. When I came in here, all right, I came in with a big old bag of Airheads Bites.
Yes.
Which I did mention last week also. All right. And I was eating them as we were about to start. Karsen said you probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And he was right because it's so loud.
Go for one right now.
No, I don't. That's what I'm gonna say. Is like I put the bag in front of me, which is I should not have done that.
They're sitting right here, man.
The whole time.
Let's demonstrate what I don't want.
The whole time. No, it's gross. I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to hear myself chewing.
We're gonna hear every chomp in his mouth. Man.
I'm gonna hear it because I listen to our episodes afterwards. I don't.
Exactly.
Have you listened to any of our?
From beginning to end, no.
Okay. To be fair, I don't think I have from beginning to end. No, there was. Episode 2, I think I did, because as soon as you sent it to me, I was at work, and it's just atrociously slow this time of year, so I just listened to the whole thing.
This is a good traveling podcast, I would say. If you're going somewhere, 4-hour drive, this will be, like, all you have to do is just listen to 2 episodes, and then boom, you're there.
I got something to say about that, too.
If you're flying to Florida, if you're on a flight, 2 hours, boom, done and done.
They might have to pre-download it and then listen, though, if you got to turn on airplane mode. I haven't been on a plane in a while. I don't know how that works, you know?
Yeah, I think you're right, or something, so, oh well. What are you going to do? But, yeah, it's a good traveling podcast.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these out of my sight.
There we go.
And I'll have some for the drive home.
Yeah, exactly. You were chomping down on a good bit. You had like a whole half hour before we got started.
I don't know how there's any more left in that bag.
I don't know either.
That's about half the size of the bag I got last week. I got a problem with Airheads Bites.
It's okay.
Anyways.
They are good.
So, I was going to use that TikTok conversation to maybe segue into, is there any more cool details about the karts in the dark?
I don't know.
I saw some things rolling out on social media.
Yes. So, it happens this time every year.
Yeah.
Every kind of business that's in our lane, amusement parks, entertainment parks, they start rolling out their Halloween stuff. End of July. Early August. Disney starts their Halloween at the end of October. So they've been advertising theirs. They're already pushing for Christmas, the holiday season, just because that's a really busy time for them. So from what I know, Disney starts the earliest out of everybody.
Well, Walmart starts in like March. So.
Exactly. Well, yeah, retail stores are different. They're selling stuff that we're going to buy for these things.
Yeah.
They started the second 4th of July ended. Maybe before, probably. So they've already been in stores for a while.
Yeah, my local Walmart's probably already got the Christmas stuff rolling out.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, that is true too. It's just Halloween and Christmas together, basically. And then this year, I don't know what it is this year, but everyone else is starting Halloween early. Like Kennywood starts Phantom Fall Fest. It always started at the end of September, but this year they're starting September 12th. They have already started setting up their haunted houses today. I feel like it was just the 4th of July, man.
I was going to say, too, I said this to so many, like, coworkers I said this to. I don't know what it is, but July felt like the quickest month I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
And I've experienced a lot of months in my life.
This whole year is flying by.
I mean, yeah, but there's...
But...
I had a math teacher once who taught us this equation. I don't know the equation, but it's like... No, it's like an equation that it shows why it feels like time moves faster as you get older. And I don't remember it. I wish I did because that makes for some great content. But believe me when I say it made perfect sense and there is logic behind it. But I don't know. July's like an exception. That felt like a week.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like a week.
Yeah, I feel the same. I did a lot in July, but I mean, July felt like it was 2 seconds and then it was done.
You know what I did in July?
What did you do?
I watched Grove City's fireworks for 5 minutes.
Yes, you
because
did.
It was late. All right.
Yep.
I came here for our playoff broadcast, and then I sat in my bed and waited for football because July 31st was the first game. And maybe that kind of aided to the speeding up of the month. I don't know, but July, man, I don't even believe July happened.
It definitely helped everything that was going on. It was a very, very busy month. But it's over now. We'll see how August goes because August is kind of a slower month for me. I am going on vacation. Oh, which by the way, Brandon, I'll be at the beach this time next week.
Oh man, I was gonna ask, dude. I need a beach vacation so bad, bad.
This actually, deja vu. This actually happened when we were doing the broadcast. you were heartbroken that I wasn't going to be here the 1 week.
Oh, yeah.
And you called me out on the broadcast. And you were like, because Karsen is taking a vacation.
Yeah. Well, you know what I did, though? Funny thing, though, that week. I was at work since obviously I didn't come here. I wasn't racing, so why would I just come here, you know?
Yeah.
And I think I sat down. I opened up my laptop, right? I opened up the speed screens, and I actually calculated, figured out who the winners were and where they qualified, and filled out my own little results chart sheet, just so I could have ready for the next week. And yeah, it was kind of a little upsetting, but
it's okay. But we bounced back and we got the rest done.
What's your favorite beach?
I
ask everybody this.
Oh man, I'm going there. I'll be there this week.
Well, I think you've told. Is it Outer Banks?
Oh yes, favorite place in the world, man.
I haven't been to that one. I've been to, let's see, Daytona Beach. All the East Coast ones. Let's see, Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Ocean City.
Oh yeah.
And Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, out of all of them, by far, Virginia Beach is the best.
Really?
I think so, because Myrtle Beach is just, as soon as you get there, you just feel like the tourist trap air around you. It's just a tourist area.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's got the vibe. And then Ocean City's cool, but I didn't know it was basically a big island.
Yeah.
So, but it is cool. I liked it better than Myrtle Beach. But Virginia Beach is the perfect balance of beach, the hotels along the beach line, and then you have the one main street that's got all the attractions, but it doesn't really feel like a tourist trap, you know?
Yeah.
So I need to get back to one of those, though. It's been
That's how I feel about the Outer
so
Banks.
long.
There are a lot of attractions there, and it's also on a little strip just dangling off the United States. So it's its own little world.
I'm trying to look at your pants because I didn't remember where Outer Banks actually was. So
Oh, what a coincidence! Because my shorts here.
North Carolina, by the way.
Oh, that is convenient.
That's what I mean. That's how I knew Outer Banks. You know.
Oh,
that's your favorite.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw the shorts, of course.
I didn't even realize that. But yeah, it's it doesn't feel very tourist trappy. It's a very it actually has a lot of locals who you can tell enjoy where they live. So yeah, and I mean you got your attractions, you got your mini golfs, your putt putts, your bumper boats. But I mean you have the best restaurants ever, and those aren't tourist traps.
Well, see, you're talking about kiddie stuff though, like the putt. Okay,
Kiddie
I need
stuff.
to know. I need to know where the parasailing is.
Parasailing is
Jet
there.
skis.
Jet skis are there.
I mean,
the tiki boats, if you like to drink, I do. I know you don't.
Can I tell you a fun parasailing story?
Sure.
Because I've gone parasailing everywhere I go. And I love it. Parasailing. I'm terrified of heights, first of all, so I don't know why, but I do it. And every time they ask, they're like, do you want to do the 100, 200, or 300 feet? And I'm like, send me out all the way. I don't care. So we're in one of the aforementioned beaches. I don't remember which one. I'm going to say this one was Virginia Beach.
Okay.
And we go to the parasailing, and we get on the boat, and it's a group of people, it's like us and 2-3 other families, right, going out there. And they're kind of going over who wants to go first. There was some bad weather in the area, and it wasn't bad on the beach. It wasn't enough to where you couldn't go out on the boat, but it was it was mainly wind and stuff. There was no hurricanes or anything like that, but the weather was still a ways away. But it was kind of coming towards us. But it was all good though. So we're sitting on the boat, and the first family goes up, and they kind of get themselves strapped in. And they send them up, and then they got the radio playing in the boat, and all I hear in the background is the emergency alert service come on, and it says tornado warning is in effect. And I even looked over to the guy driving the boat that operates the thing. It's him and one other guy operating it, and I look over and I'm like I looked at him to make sure he acknowledged it. I'm like, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
He just said tornado warning, right? And then he was just like, I'll look around, you're fine. I'm like, all right, you know better than I do.
Oh, God.
And, oh, no, it gets better. I don't know if this was the same. I don't remember if this was the same exact day or if this was a different parasailing event at one of the other beaches. I hope it's the same one because that makes it even more hilarious. But this one's funnier, though. We're sitting there on the boat again. And they send the first group up, or it might have been the second. I don't know. But we were going last. They send the second family up, dad and his daughter, right?
Yeah.
And they're, just slowly they wheel them out, just slowly rising 300 feet above the ocean floor. Not ocean floor, but you know what I mean. 300 feet into the air. And out, like, in the distance, because we're on, like you can see the coastline.
Right.
But on the distance, just out of nowhere, just a gigantic, full military-sized airplane just comes into view, flying considerably low.
Right.
Significantly low. Like, startlingly low.
Yeah.
Now, there is a military base nearby that they do these kind of things, but they're not a...
Could I ask you one question?
Yes.
Did you hear it coming, or did it immediately come out of nowhere?
It didn't come out of nowhere.
I had the same experience.
It didn't come out of nowhere because, like I said, we're on the coastline, so you could see
Right.
in the distance. And that's kind of what happened. We saw it coming in the distance.
Right.
And as it approached, we realized how low it was.
Right.
And then we realized it was a military plane. And then, it got to... It was heading in our direction, too. And then, once it got... I don't know. Once it got to the distance where you could clearly tell it was a military plane,
Yeah.
I looked up at the parasailers and started calculating in my head. I was like, I don't, this is a little odd. And I looked at I looked at the guy operating the boat. I looked at him and I said, is that normal?
He was probably like, someone get this dude away from me.
No. No, he actually looked at me and he was like, no, that's not normal. And I was like, do you think we should take him down? And he was like, yeah, we should take him down. I don't know what's going on. And I was like, and then that's when he told me that, like, they do training things like that. But that was so bizarre for it to be, it was so low. And it did fly. They did not pull him down in time, by the way.
Yeah.
The plane flew by. It was out of reach. They were safe. But, I just want to know what was going through, like, that little girl's head up in the parasailing. Because it was behind them. They couldn't see it coming. They couldn't see it coming. So they just kind of saw just from behind them out of nowhere. And I kind of wish I was up there just to see how close it was. I mean, it'd be terrifying.
Yeah.
Might traumatize me to where I'd never want to do it again.
Yeah.
But so
that was your parasailing.
That was hilarious.
Just those two things before you went out to parasail. It was
I still went out. It didn't deter me at all.
So, okay.
But
Right.
So wait, what's your plane thing? What happened with you?
This was last year at the Outer Banks. We were laying on the beach, and this we did not hear coming. So if this like, props to our military, man, because if this thing was bombing us, we wouldn't know what hit us. It was like there was no build up. Out of nowhere, it was like, and then boom, it was right above you, so loud, and then it was gone. We were all like, holy shit.
And that wasn't even a stealth bomber, was it?
It was.
Imagine how sneaky those things are.
That's what my one family member said. Imagine if that was like an attack. Like, you wouldn't know what even hit you. Like, didn't even see it coming. Blink of an eye. Like, I wish I was filming that, man. I would have used it for, like, we would have had the military rolling out in the last ride, man. If I had that shot, dude, it was so low to us too. It was crazy. I've never seen a freaking, like, Starscream jet that close in person in action.
But you weren't, like, up on a parasailing parachute?
No, we were on the beach, but straight up, Top Gun, right above us. It was actually terrifying, but then once you realized what happened, it was like, whoa, bro. That was crazy. That was last year, so.
Really?
Also, another thing, another weird thing that happened at 2019 when we were at the Outer Banks, my aunt's sitting on the deck, like, late sunset. It was pretty dark, but you could still see, like, a little pink in the sky. And she's sitting there, and she saw a light in the sky, and then it broke off into, like, 10 lights.
Oh, UFO stories. I love it.
And then it did, like, a weird thing, and then it formed into one light, and then it disappeared. So we're out there seeing if it happened again, and it didn't. So her theory was that there are a lot of military bases out in North Carolina doing all this shit, and she thinks that she saw, like, a test run of drones and stuff like that.
Yeah, drone show. We were just talking about it.
Yeah, it was a drone show before.
Just not as colorful.
Yeah, just not as colorful, more top secret, more eerie. So, yeah, who knows what they were doing. So
We never found out.
No, the only time I saw something sketchy like that was I was dropping Lexi off one night, late at night, and she lives over in Conway, Beaver area. And I was driving down her road, and above the river, I saw it looked like It was like a green light. It looked like a meteor coming down, and it was falling down fast. But it was blinking for 2 seconds, and then it disappeared.
What kind of blinking? Like a fading blink or like a robotic?
It was like full-on light, solid light, fall, and then off. It wasn't really blinking. Okay. So it just kind of turned on and off. So I was like, holy shit, that was obviously a freaking drone that was up there doing something, and I just saw it crash land into the... Like, it was coming down fast and at an angle. Drones don't come down at an angle usually. So that thing was going shoom right down. So I immediately pulled out my phone and I videoed Alexia. I was like, holy shit, something just happened. But, I drove back to my town, so I didn't get to see any aftermath.
Is that the closest thing you got to a UFO story?
I believe so. Yeah, I don't think... I've never seen any UFOs.
I saw one, but it was very not, I don't know, UFO-esque.
Mm-hmm.
I was at my friend's house out by the outlet mall where I work, and it's kind of just like straight up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a glowing orange ball, a dead replica of like a what do they call them? Like a Japanese lantern, a paper lantern.
Yeah, the little light that they in the bag. And...
Yeah. It was a dead replica of one of those. It looked exactly like one, and that's what we thought it was. And usually when you do those, though, it's not just one up there. It'd be a couple. But there wasn't. It was only one. And it was traveling across the sky at a very consistent rate.
Yeah.
But it got to a point where we actually saw, it was close enough, we saw the light fade out and disappear. But we could still see, like, the outline of the object.
Yeah.
Then I was like, wow, that's crazy. It was like, my thought was, paper lantern, and the flame went out. And then, but 15 seconds later... It just turned back on.
Was there a wedding that was going on nearby, possibly?
No, this is a back road behind the outlet mall of Grove City, where it's strictly like trailer parks and stuff.
Gotcha.
I mean, now maybe that's like redneck entertainment out there. I don't know, nor do I judge, but it was weird. It just popped back on and then off because it wasn't like it was disappearing behind the clouds and looked like it turned off. Like I mean, it went out. We saw the outline, but. Closest thing I had to a UFO story. There was a time I saw a drone and thought it was a UFO and crapped my pants, but...
I was on a date on Mount Washington over Pittsburgh, and there was a wedding going on above us, and we just had a sea of Japanese lanterns go up.
See, that's what I mean. You see them in bunches, usually.
Yeah. So maybe one veered off by itself and just kept going, man.
From where?
It took a while for it to...
From where? Who's doing that?
The wind could have took it or something. Or maybe it was heavy up in the sky and then it lost momentum miles and miles after.
There's also the Grove City Airport right across the way, too. So, I mean, are you allowed to be launching paper lanterns up in the air?
Probably not, but I mean, what's stopping people? Once it's up there, it's up there.
Listen, you got to understand the city that I'm from, okay?
Yeah.
I can confidently tell you nothing is stopping those people.
Exactly.
If they want to do something crazy like that.
Exactly. So, anyway, Outer Banks next week. I've been to other beaches. I love them. I don't love all of them, but Outer Banks, I went as a kid. I have so many great memories, and I'm going next week, so it's going to be a great time. I'll be gone Sunday to Sunday. So.
My vacation childhood spot was always Orlando.
Oh, yeah, Orlando. I love Orlando.
Universal Orlando usually.
I feel like I'm at Orlando once every maybe 8 years or something.
Dude, so. I just need to get to a beach.
Last time I was there was when I graduated high school.
Like my body is turning to stone and I'm crumbling because I haven't been to a beach.
Yeah.
But listen, hey, this episode is going exactly how we wanted though. We're just getting sidetracked into stories. It's perfect.
What happened to talking about Karts in the dark, Carson? You asked me a question and I didn't answer nothing.
Well, I can tell you, this all stemmed from just you poking your head in and saying, "Oh, by the way, next week I'm going on vacation," and everything that followed was from that.
Which honestly doesn't even seem like part of the podcast. It was just like, "Oh wait, let's stop this real quick. I'm gonna be on vacation."
Yeah. Which is good because that's, stories. Yay.
Should we film 2 episodes tonight so we can have a filler for? We'll be here until 4 a.m.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's all right. A nice off week won't hurt.
Yeah, we took an off week. Maybe, 2 weeks ago.
I'll spend the time actually thinking of maybe some kind of structure. I doubt
and then we'll work on getting another guest in here.
Yeah, you'll have vacation stories, I'm sure.
Yep. So, there's that. So let's rewind.
Yeah, the Karts in the Dark. What you got going on?
I'm actually very proud of myself. Today was a good day.
Yeah.
I got some things approved, some new things that are coming. I really cooked in my laptop today, man. I love what I came up with. It came out exactly like my intended. So can't say much about it because we have our big manager meeting at the end of the week we're going to talk about it then.
I used to be in those.
It's more officially... You did?
No, I was in the morning meetings.
Not the morning meetings.
No, this is like an official...
This is when we're in the conference room. It's every department, basically. Daryl, Craig, Ronnie. We'll have Lakin in there now, Augie, and I. So we all go around and give like a report on what's going on, progress report, and what's coming up. So I actually have the list right here because I was preparing for it. So here's some things that I go over in this meeting. So
very neat and tidy here.
Yeah. Yes. So I talk about what's coming up next month as far as holidays, special occasions, stuff like that, which of course is going to be
as if we needed reminding.
Yes, beginning of leagues. The leagues start up again at the beginning of September, and then at the end, September 26th, is Karts in the Dark. And then we talk about the following month. So I'm already planning what's coming up after this.
Oh boy.
We'll be in full swing Karts in the Dark. We'll have Trunk or Treat coming back at some point. We talk about specials. We do brainstorming sessions, stuff like that. And here's another interesting thing you probably didn't know. It falls under me, facility beautification and signage updates. So
that sounds lovely.
It's my job to make sure. Well, I guess you can see it because I have the eye for what looks good, you know. And if something looks like dog shit, you know, change it. So if something needs an update, or a sign needs updated, or we need a new sign because something has come up, or advertisement, stuff like that. So I talk about what's new with that. What's new and exciting in the social media world. So I'll talk a lot about my TikTok content list that I have and stuff like that. What are the top trends? You know, that ever-moving machine of getting on trends, and if you're too late, forget it.
Karsen's always on the trends.
I try to be.
Have to be.
I've been lacking a little bit just because there's been so much crazy things going on. And then we do have some set goals, so we talk about the progress of our goals and stuff like that. And what needs accomplished, and then any recommendations that the team may have for me. And then we talk about our QR system, how many times our marketing QR codes are being scanned, which ones are not, and stuff like that. And then this meeting coming up is my favorite one of the year because this is the one where it's the one I go over everything that's Karts in the Dark related.
Yep.
So I take over the screen. I have my whole presentation. We're going to talk about the new areas, which have already been announced. Those are already out there. But this new addition coming is the one that's like tightly locked.
So do you get to go stand at the podium with the little remote
the
control
whole
clicker?
shebang. I love it, man.
Dim the lights down.
Oh yeah, well, I'll show them something scary to get them in the mood and stuff like that. I have a whole map of the whole facility, what themed area goes where, stuff like that. So this year it's going to be Karts in the Dark Unleashed because it's the 3rd year anniversary of it. So it's going to be our biggest and best one yet. So I'm so excited, man.
I'm going to weasel my way into that somehow.
Oh, you will be heavily involved. Your name was in the credits at the announcement.
Oh, was it?
I haven't gotten to it yet, but there will be that video, that Wild West Daryl the Skeleton video that we shot.
Oh,
in the middle of filming the last ride, so I'm excited for that.
That was
that's actually going to be an announcement video that leads into one of our new areas. So
I made some real sacrifices in that video.
You did. You'll see. Nobody knows what we're talking about, but you will see pretty soon. I would probably never do that again. I was not okay with that. 100%.
I was shocked you allowed that to happen.
Oh, well. So you guys will see that soon. So it's going to be, we're really focusing on being scary this time around. There will be an evil version of Daryl the Skeleton. His name's Darren the Skeleton.
Darren.
We posted a teaser video of him last week. He's Daryl the Skeleton, but this time he's got red eyes. So he's very menacing looking. That prop actually came in today. It's sitting in my car right now. I have to bring it in before we leave tonight. So Brandon, if you're up for helping me...
define help.
We're going to carry some skeletons into the building.
I'm not a carrier. I got people. Maybe I can send them your way.
So that's happening.
I'm joking. I don't have people.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there's that. Trunk or Treat's gonna come back, which is the kid-friendly Halloween event. Which I want. Hey, leave a like on this podcast. If Brandon should be Green Man, dressed up as a volunteer, he'll have his own station and he'll give out candy on the trick or treat trail.
Now, while I'm not against any of that, obviously the Green Man is a staple in the 3RK culture at this point, and I am obligated to tell my friend the Green Man to show up.
Which, by the way, Did you see that one thing I tagged you in Facebook? It was
yeah. Well,
I don't know. I think it was an airport trying to make a TikTok where they were having floating suitcases, but they showed the behind the scenes. And it was just a goofy video of their guy in the green screen suit pushing or throwing around suitcases. And I tagged you. I was like, this reminds me of something.
Yeah, but he was wearing a suit that was like 6 sizes too big for him.
Yeah, he was very saggy. He was a very short, saggy green man. So I was like,
you can't see the face behind the mask, but you could tell it was not enthusiastic.
Yeah. They did not enjoy it. Not as much as Brandon. But I was going to be like, Brandon, are you filming other content for other people? But that was like, that would be so lame because that's clearly not him. So.
No, they'd have to pay me a better rate.
Yeah.
Than you guys.
So, there's that. So.
Also, I did tell Karsen, too, it's going to be hard to put candy in my possession and me just give it away.
Well, how are you going to eat it if you keep your mask on the whole time?
I will find a way through the adversity.
Oh, God. You're going to carve a hole out of it so your mouth will be open.
Just don't, there's certain candies that, you're going to have to come up with the whole plan. The candies I don't like, Butterfingers are safe.
Right.
Not a big fan, Heath bars.
Oh.
No, I like Heath bars, but I can't, they're out of my diet now for reasons that I won't mention.
Got to keep that green man physique, man.
Something like that.
Don't be getting fat on me.
That's not my concern. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But yeah, you just give me the right kind of candy. I'll gladly, give it away to the.
Listen, man.
If I can jump scare the kids before I give them the candy.
No.
No.
Absolutely. Dude, we've already had criers from things that.
It's Halloween.
We can't.
Well, this is specifically for the trunk or treat one, huh?
Yes, trunk or treat is family friendly. Little kids, they're already kind of nervous to come in here because it's dim and they got the music and dude, they'll love you. You gotta act goofy with them, man. You gotta do some slapstick.
I know how to. I know how to operate, but it just. I like scaring people, man.
Listen, there's an award for best. A volunteer costume character for Trunk or Treat because last year was the MVP, JJ General, the arcade YouTuber. He came as the Scream guy, but his screen mask was like an LED light. And he wasn't scaring people, but he was acting kind of ominous and stuff like that. And when people came off the track, they were like, he was the highlight. So if you're out there doing the robot or something, or you're out there dancing whoa, what the?
Well, how am I gonna one up that in a green man suit? I'm gonna have to step my game up.
You be the goofy one. You've got to be energetic.
I'll be energetic. That's not the problem. I'm gonna have to. I don't know. Maybe some tweaks to maybe a cool green man costume among the costume. I don't know,
that's what I was just thinking. Maybe Green Man will dress up for Halloween, and you're I don't know, you're wearing one of those pumpkin costumes where it's suspenders and you got the pumpkin around
I could
your
be
waist.
the green man suit dressed up as the red man suit.
See, that would be too much.
See, I did do that, though. I did do that.
You
here
did?
When
That's
we did
right.
The last ride.
There was one time we were in a time crunch because on a movie set, time is money. We needed him to flip costumes, and he just put one over the other.
It wasn't even a time crunch. It was just more me being like, dude, you seriously want me to change again? So I just put it on. So...
Oh, yes, you're right. That was the last night of filming, too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we were crawling to the end.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'll never forget that.
It was good. I was like, as long as you don't make me run again.
Yeah, running was all day one, basically. So, I kind of look back and I miss it, but also I don't miss the stress that came with it.
Well, yeah, but the stress is how you know that what you're doing is important.
Yeah. I also kind of hate talking about this every week. It seems like this...
That's because it always becomes relevant.
Yeah.
Do you know my first actual appearance in the Green Man suit was before 3RK?
I just sent it to you. Did we talk about this in the last episode? I think we did.
I don't...
We did.
No, I don't mean for here. Before you even knew Green Man existed.
Oh, no. I think you told me, but I forget.
Well, I was working at Zoomies at the time.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And back before COVID ruined everything... the outlet mall used to do the trick-or-treating at the mall.
Right.
And they'd have the stores, whatever stores wanted to participate, just open up your doors, and then the kids can go in. Everyone dresses up. If you go to the outlet mall now, on Halloween day, you'll be lucky if you find 2 people working anywhere in that mall dressed up as anything.
Wow, that's kind of
It's terrible.
upsetting.
I hate it. But back then... It was a whole thing, you know. You just step outside of your store, every direction you look, just costumes, kids, their parents, everyone. It's just the atmosphere, you know.
It's all going.
And I don't. My fear is like, is it ever coming back? I don't know.
I don't think so, man.
I don't know. But back in the good old days, they I don't remember where the idea came from or where I even got the Green Man suit, honestly. Probably a Spirit Halloween, but yeah, so I got that. I put on only a Pizza Planet jacket.
Oh my god.
The Pizza Planet hat.
Oh.
That's all, just that over the Green Man suit. Okay. I went to our front display window of the store where we have our mannequins. I took down a mannequin.
Oh my god, that's
and
amazing.
I was the mannequin.
Oh, that's funny.
And I'll tell you what, Carson, I scared way more parents than I did children that day. It was crazy because the kids are smart. They'll catch on fast. They'll look at me and already have suspicions. Mm-hmm. Mainly because I'm green and the other mannequins were gray.
Yeah.
And I was the only one that had a head. But some
mannequins do have heads though.
But I was also so I'm in the window though, and the door's to the right. So like, you know, when they walk in,
right,
they're already past me. But like,
yeah.
And I kind of gotta, you know, I gotta read as they're walking by the front window, like which ones can handle a slight fright, and which ones are like,
yeah, you don't want to kill anybody.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and then the kids, I do like the little, like, I have my pose, you know, where, you know, one hand on the hip, one hand like up on my chin, like this kind of.
Oh yeah. I could see you doing that.
Yeah. Oh, I did for about 3 hours.
Was there a lot of people who came to this thing?
Dude, the mall was packed.
Oh man, that's upsetting.
It's
that's
like
so sad.
It's like a fever dream thinking like this was actually what our society was like at one point.
Right. Know? Yeah.
And what are we now? I don't even want to.
That's why you got to come to Trunk or Treat because we were slammed for Trunk or Treat. Man, I'll put you on. I'm just saying it would be great to have you.
Listen. I assure you, I will make an appearance at some point.
At Trunk or Treat or during Karts and Brandon?
And maybe both.
Can you let me know like a week before?
Of course I'm gonna. I'm not just gonna show up out of nowhere.
Because I need to know where to put you.
Yeah. And
I have my list, and we have our meeting before we go out on the track.
So
it's a great night. It's so easy, and you're doing it for the community. And again, if you're funny with it, the kids will love you. I think you should be funny and not scary.
Well, I'm just
because then if you make too many kids cry, you're gonna see me walking towards you, and I'm gonna be like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
No, it's the Green Man. The Green Man has an alter ego, okay, and listen. To all the kids listening right now, because I'm sure there's a ton.
Right.
That was sarcastic. You can't tell. But
if this was on 3RK's YouTube, it would be.
Maybe you just have to stop swearing. I'd have to stop swearing. Why would we do that though? I don't even remember what I was gonna say. So all the kids watching or listening, all the kids listening. Okay.
Right.
I don't remember what I was gonna tell the kids listening.
You gotta listen. You gotta be a Trunk or Treat man.
I listen.
When I push this episode, I'll be like, Brandon, for Trunk or Treat. Let's do it.
If I don't show up, you can find me. All right.
I would never talk to you again.
Yeah. So don't worry about that part. All right.
But, we could do a live podcast from Trunk or Treat.
Oh, really? Because I'm sure you won't be totally slammed doing stuff all day there. Yeah.
True. You think? Oh, that's probably my most hectic.
Yeah. We still never told everybody about what you put me through in the playoff broadcast.
Oh, that was absolutely... Oh, man, what a rush.
Oh, yeah. So
what a rush.
Maybe we can end the show with that quick story, but... Green Man, mannequin, yeah, but... I just miss... Cause when the mall did the trick-or-treating, it's like everybody, like the whole... Every different store is involved, and it's just like a whole, like...
Yeah,
we need to get back to that as a society. Also,
some places have, but
I'm just glad movie theaters somehow barely survived.
Oh man, dude.
But
tell me about it.
You know what also it took away, the COVID, that is what it took away, is the overnights at the outlet mall, and I'm sure a lot of other shopping places. At the outlet mall, okay, you had your Thanksgiving, and us, like a lot of other places pre-COVID.
Right.
The outlet mall would open 8 or 9 p.m. on Thanksgiving night, and it'd be an overnight Black Friday shopping. So we would be open from, oh gosh, what was it? It was like 8 p.m. Thanksgiving night to 9 p.m. Black Friday night. And call me crazy, I loved working the overnight shift. I loved it because it just, I don't know, I'm a big vibes guy, and there's just like a vibe when you're just in your store working, because at the time I still loved working at Zoomies. It was before other people came in and took power that I kind of, my opinion shifted a bit. But back then, though, great. And then the overnight Black Friday, working like 3 a.m., just looking at your phone, seeing it's 3 a.m., and just looking up and seeing a store full of people just shopping, and then going out and looking down the aisle and a store or a mall full of people shopping. It was like a fun, And
COVID took that all away.
It took all of it away. And then, and I remember, just a totally random side story on that, though. I left for my break at like 3 a.m. or 3:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And I walked down my store's aisle. We had a fudge store at the time.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know why. But we had a fudge store. And I went in there to get some fudge. And they were selling, just for no reason, 2 cardboard life-size cutouts. One was Buddy the Elf. And one was Donald Trump.
Oh.
And I didn't ask, like, okay, first of all, why do you have these? Second of all, why is it these 2?
The elf, I could understand.
That's part of the...
Was it Christmas time?
Black Friday.
Okay, so Buddy the Elf, perfect. So, the other one, no clue.
Well, I wanted to ask, first of all, why do you even have these? You sell fudge.
Yeah. Were they for sale, or were they just decoration?
Yeah, no, for sale. I bought Buddy the Elf.
You bought it?
I bought Buddy the Elf.
Do you still have it?
Oh, man, I don't... I brought it home, you see, and my dog did not like it. And
he didn't like Will Ferrell.
No, it stayed in one of our closets for a long time, and it's not there now. I don't know what happened. But this
if you still have it, bring it out to. I'll borrow it for Winter Wonderland.
Oh yeah. No, if I do have it, it's probably in like 3 pieces right now. That thing is
unfortunate,
long gone. But yeah, I think it was like $40.
Is that fudge shop still there?
It's one of those stores, the mall, that like moves around a lot. It itself is not there anymore because they sold solely fudge, but there is still some chocolate places there. Like there's a chocolate moonshine.
But do they have cardboard cutouts there available?
Nobody that outlet mall right now.
You should go in and ask.
Cardboard cutouts. No, because the ones that are there now are like official, like actual company, like brands, like actual, corporate companies. This fudge shop was just like, how much do we have to pay for this lease to sell some of our homemade fudge? It was good, by the way. The fudge was really good, and it had so many different kinds.
Dude, this sounds like a great place. I would buy fudge and buy me a Buddy the Elf cardboard cutout.
I didn't even ask questions. I just said how much.
Yeah.
So I guess I did ask one question.
Brandon's drinking a vitamin water, by the way. That's that big falunky you just heard.
Every time I'm here, it's vitamin water.
I always forget a drink every time. So I just chugged the water before we started, so oh well.
Yeah, so anyways, though, I think kind of...
I'm itching my inner thigh here. I hope that doesn't bother you. Just look away.
I wasn't even looking to begin with.
It gets hot in here, Bo. It gets hot in here. So
this is like the coolest day we've had in here, though.
Yeah, but we got the door closed and But it is great that... Oh, it's amazing that it's cooling down a little bit. This weekend was phenomenal, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was actually chilly at night. I was like, wow. It felt great walking out of here not drenched in sweat for once.
Just disappointed because usually when the weather goes from 90 degrees and humid to 50 degrees and chilly, usually that entails some thunderstorms, which just did not happen.
Yeah, no thunderstorms lately. No rain really at all either. So.
I did there was one, it was before last week's episode. And I was going to bring this up last week's episode because it was kind of funny, but it no longer holds true. But every time that I come here to do an episode, the night before, there's always a crazy lightning storm. Yeah. Now that is no longer true. You almost died
the one week.
Yeah, I almost got struck twice as I'm getting into my car.
Wow, talk about lightning striking twice.
It was, never... I've been through so many different types of storm experiences. That was ridiculous. But, yeah, it didn't storm last night, though. But it was, I don't know, there was... probably last Saturday, like 10 days ago, And, yeah, and it was the middle of the night. It was like 1 a.m., and it was one of those storms like I mentioned in that one episode where it's like I had no idea it was coming, and I just see a flash in my window, and I'm just like, well, shit, looks like I'm going to be up for 2 hours now.
Dang.
So, and it was worth it because the storm was insane. And
classic Brandon storm stories.
You have no idea, man. Like, I wish you could see what happened, like what my process is when I'm at home and a storm begins. Like, the phone comes out, the radar comes out, I like position everything, I like my phone camera on the back porch, calculating which direction is it coming from, which direction is it going, at what point do I need to move from my back porch to my front porch to get the optimum view, right? And it was one of them crazy ones where it was so big that the storm was everywhere from every direction. And
crazy.
Oh, listen, your sarcasm will not falter me because my enthusiasm for storms.
I get you people, you storm lovers, but me, I'm just like, did I have to do anything outside today? And then I go from there.
What's funny, you say you get us. I don't even get me. I don't even know why I'm like this.
That is true.
I don't know why I'm like this,
Although,
but I'm glad
there was
I am.
one time we were on our way to the film set for the last ride, and I wanted to pull out my phone while I was driving because I was driving into the darkest cloud I've ever seen. And I wanted to film a video like, I don't know what I'm about to drive through right now, but wish me luck on the other side.
That was the day that I almost got struck twice. I think.
Maybe, yeah. But granted, every day we had to film outside was awful weather. We talked about this before.
Yes.
It seemed like sometimes every time I came outside with the camera, it would like speed up.
Yeah.
And then I would go in the car, it would stop, and then come outside, and then it would pick up again.
Pull out the umbrella and just did nothing.
Yeah.
But
that same day, the day one of filming, I was at Kennywood earlier because I was doing a promotional thing for them, and I had to ride the steel curtain in the rain and cold. So, I mean, I was outside all day that day, and what are you going to do? That was a great day, though. That was a very fun day. Great day for my career, I would say. And yours.
Yeah, it was.
So,
but this last storm, though, let me finish my story.
Go
here.
ahead. Get it out of your system.
It's funny because, well, at the end of the story, it doesn't even really have to do with the storm per se. It's just the conversation was hilarious. So, big storm, and I don't know if you're familiar with different forms of lightning, Karsen, but I can identify whether it's cloud to cloud or no. But like if it's cloud to cloud or if it's cloud to ground, you can tell the difference by the sound it makes. Okay?
Right.
And also, there's like a ratio, okay, of power to frequency.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So if there's like very frequent lightning, there's significantly smaller strikes. They're not, but when it's spaced out, right, and there's only like one bolt of lightning every 5 minutes, them is some big ass lightning bolts. Okay, the power is all channeled through and that's what this one was. And I saw multiple bolts of lightning. Tried to get some on camera. Actually, I got one. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up and show you. But while I do that, so I eventually go out to the front porch. But before I go to the front porch, right, I'm sitting on my back porch and I'm trying to record the air, which it's super tough trying to record lightning, because especially when the storm is so big, because I don't know which way to point my camera.
Right.
Like it's, do I look east, west, south? Because it was already above us. A lot of the lightning strikes were actually like directly above my house. Yeah. Which sucks because I couldn't see because I'm looking up.
Let's see it. Too bad the viewers at home can't see this.
I know. Maybe I'll post a link or something. This is the bolt though. Here.
I feel like I've seen this. So I'm looking at a street.
I think I did send this to you.
I'm looking at a street. It's downpouring. Whoa!
Yeah, I sent that one to Karsen actually that night.
There's lights down the street, but it just lights up the whole sky, man.
Yeah, well, because right in front of my front porch is one of the street lights.
Damn.
It was so bright.
I can see the camera jerk as it. I'm sure you were freaking the fuck out.
I sent it to my brother and obviously to you because it was so bright. I was flashbanged basically.
What was the date on that?
July 25th.
2020. That was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. This was
I feel like that was at least 2 years ago.
I literally sent this to you 10 days ago. I mean, I've probably sent you a ton in the past, but
and
but no, this one was
similar,
very recent, and so but that one, this one street light is literally right in front of my house. It pisses me off because there's only a couple street lights and there's just this one, and they recently switched to LED lights too, so they're so ridiculously bright. I just wish, as the person that lives in the house right in front of that street light, if I could just go over and just turn it off whenever I wanted, just when there's a storm or a meteor shower, because I like those too.
Have you lived in that house all your life?
Not all my life. Dude, I haven't even lived in Pennsylvania all my life.
Really?
I've lived in like 8 different places.
I feel like I knew this, but I forgot.
Well, we can talk about that another time, because I got some crazy
moving stories.
Pre-Pennsylvania stories.
Can you run through real quick where all you lived?
I was born in Evansville, Indiana.
You're not from Pennsylvania?
No, not even close.
Why did I feel like
Evansville, Indiana, I was born.
Okay.
Moved to I think I spent a brief period of time when I was born in Champaign, Illinois, which is where the University of Illinois is.
Indiana and then Illinois.
Because that's, my parents went to college in that area.
Next place.
And I moved actually back to Indiana, but a different town called Valparaiso.
Okay.
Right, where I lived a couple years. And then, now my mom had a job where she would be required to travel a lot or move around.
So that's why you did this.
Yeah, so.
Gotcha.
Indiana, right, the second time. And then we moved from Indiana to Kentucky. Madisonville, Kentucky.
Okay, next one.
And then from Kentucky, we went to Mississippi.
Oh my God!
Which was only about a half a year, and I don't remember the name of the town, but it was. It's all Mississippi's all the same. You know. From Mississippi, moved back to Indiana, same town but different house.
Right.
I lived there for about a year and a half. From that house, we actually moved back into the house we used to live in Valparaiso the first time, the same house 5 years later. And then I spent a couple years there. And then is when my mom was presented with the opportunity to be district manager of a company, right? And she told me, now, when I tell you the story, Karsen, you need to remember, I was a kid.
Okay.
I was a kid. I don't remember my age, but I was a kid. And she said to me and my brother, who was probably a baby at this point, she said, basically, we got 2 options, all right? There's like somewhere out in like the western Pennsylvania area, which obviously here, you know, somewhere out there, or Myrtle Beach. Now, I have taken a lot of criticism in my life for making the choice that I did. Obviously, I did not choose Myrtle Beach. And listen, looking back on it now, having been to Myrtle Beach a few times, it's hard to say I made the wrong choice. But after I was in Myrtle Beach for a couple times, I did find myself saying, it's cool here and all, but I would not want to live here.
Yeah.
But it sucks because I could go to the beach anytime I wanted.
But you wouldn't be here right now.
That's true, too, yeah. So we obviously chose Pennsylvania. Do you know why I chose Pennsylvania, Carson?
Why?
Because at that phase of my life, I was adamantly scared of hurricanes.
Oh.
That was the sole reason I said, and I don't even know why I was so scared of hurricanes, because when I was younger, I was scared of storms, believe it or not, like thunderstorms, which is crazy considering I worship them now, but...
We're back on the storms again, man.
Well, because that's how this conversation started, of course, but...
You would have loved them hurricanes.
That's how, I don't know, well...
Until it sweeps your house away.
Yeah, hurricane, listen, lightning storms and hurricanes, this is 2 different beasts.
You're not going to be standing on your porch filming that one.
I very much enjoy watching the guys on the Weather Channel stand in the midst of it.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole thing. It's entertaining.
Have you ever seen, like, the mishaps where, like, they'll be sitting in a flooded street and, like, some guy comes behind them with no shirt on and he's wearing a horse mask and he's just like, yeah. And the news guy's trying to keep his cool and he's like, clearly it is not smart to be out here right now. Hence the one behind me. And then they just zoom in on it.
No,
Dude, it's on YouTube. It's hilarious.
I know. What was the last hurricane that was, like, really big? It was really big.
There was Matthew.
It was the one that that went up from the south and went all the way up to, like, through Atlanta, hit the Carolinas. The really bad one.
There was that big one in 2022. Was it Irene or something? Or
it was after Irene. It was more recent, but that was
okay.
But I remember watching, and one of the weathermen made a sports joke actually about it was about the Atlanta Falcons blowing that 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl.
People are losing their homes, and he just had to pull that one out.
Well, but it was a good analogy because listen, this storm, I remember this hurricane was crazy because like in 4 different quadrants, like the 4 different corners of it were all different like types of weather that was getting hit. Like in like the northeast, it was like the heavy like flooding. And then, like, the southeast, it was the heavy rainfall. And then the west, it wasn't as much flooding, but it was the wind was insane. So it was as the storm was passing, it hit this guy standing on the dock, which I don't know. Listen, you got to report the hurricane and everything, and I understand you want to be there, but why during a hurricane?
Yeah.
Like on a dock, that's where you think you should be standing?
Definitely not.
That's, but he's fine, so whatever. But the hurricane got through, though, and he got to the eye of it, and he was talking about, like, the first half was like, it was pretty bad, but, like, these second halves, it's like, just ask, I don't remember the exact joke. He said, just ask the Atlanta Falcons, we all remember what happened there. That second half came in, and it was a whole different story. And I, for one, appreciated because the analogy was accurate. Mm-hmm. I do, however, work with an Atlanta Falcons fan. So that was the first person I sent that to. It was awesome. And he actually got interviewed on the news about it, too. Not my friend, the news guy. The news guy. Oh, gosh. No, the weatherman got interviewed because... like, after the storm was long over, and they asked him about, like, the joke he made, and he was like, I didn't even realize it was going to be a big... Because he's an Atlanta fan, too, and he's like, hey, it's been how long now? If you can't make fun of yourself, whatever. But I appreciated his craft and
you didn't go to Myrtle Beach.
I didn't go to Myrtle Beach.
You're here now.
The Hurricanes, I'm here now.
And you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
No, not even close. I will say, we're going from storms to football. Here we go. My two favorite things. God. You brought this up, Karsen. It's your fault. But I do have decently high expectations for the Steelers this year, more than other people. I can't tell you how many times. I work in a sports store, for everybody listening that doesn't know. Right. A sports, like, memorabilia store. I'm literally paid to sit there, talk about sports, sell sports stuff. Right. Just literally, it's retail, man. It's so easy. Mm-hmm. And, but the amount of people, Steelers fans, and they come in there, and... we make some kind of joke about Aaron Rodgers or whatever in the quarterback situation. The amount of Steelers fans that genuinely are upset that Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback, and they're like, no, guys, well, I didn't want him. It should have been.
What are your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers?
Well, let me finish my impersonation.
Okay.
My impersonation, because they all say the same thing. They're like, I don't want Aaron Rodgers in our city, guys. It's Mason Rudolph would have been better. Like, you cannot genuinely tell me that you think that your football team is going to be a better football team with Mason fucking Rudolph, who had his own helmet bashed over his head, live in a football game. Yeah, a better quarterback than a Super Bowl winning multi-time MVP in Aaron Rodgers, who I understand has not been the most enigmatic character over the last few years. Actually, he has, but for the wrong reasons. But it's just these Steelers fans are crazy, and I told everyone at work that I can't wait until the end of the season if the Steelers have a very good year. Like, say, hypothetically, in a crazy world, Aaron Rodgers takes them to maybe not the Super Bowl, but, like, at least a playoff win, which is something that hasn't been done in a while. And I want to see all these same Steelers fans, and I want to see what they're going to say afterwards, whether they're going to be like, I knew it was going to be good the whole time. You like my Pittsburgh person impersonation?
Yeah. You sound like you're from the South. But,
yeah, well, that's what I'm going for. They're like, I knew he was going to be good the whole time.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't like AirPods because he doesn't trust the airwaves going in between.
Aaron Rodgers has a lot of controversial and stupid takes, and I do believe that a lot of it is simply him just trying to be funny because he knows that the people and the media will bite on anything he says. As long as he can play effective football, though, I do think the Steelers will have a decent season. You got to get a second wide receiver, all right? You cannot go into this football season with Calvin Austin as your number 2 receiver and think you're going to get anywhere. You need to go out and trade for Terry McLaurin, all right? That's what you got to do.
Hey.
So that's all I got for the Steelers.
How's Kenny Pickett doing these days? I miss him.
He's the second-string quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You think it's a shit show in Pittsburgh? Dude. All right. All right, anyways, so that's the football talk, though.
What's your opinion on AI?
I was going to ask you that question.
Oh, man, where do I begin?
Well, before you begin, I don't believe I ever finished my lightning story. Which I just want to say this because it's funny because
that was like 6 stories.
No. This not even about the.
We're back on the storms.
No. Because I don't even want to bring this back up because of the storm. It's because of the conversation I had.
Would you be a weatherman?
No. I'd be a storm chaser.
Oh, a storm chaser, and I could be your film.
Yeah.
Dude, we could be on a.
That's what I'm saying.
TV show.
I wouldn't get paid, but I don't need to get paid.
I would have to get paid.
I know you would.
I mean, that's
you're doing the actual
shit.
work.
We'd be like, Brandon, we're going into the tornado. Yeah, we're doing it.
Once I step it up, I've chased a few storms, but never a tornado.
Have you seen Twisters, the new one, or the first one?
I've seen the original.
Okay, but not the Glen Powell one.
You already know how I feel about modern remakes.
Okay. Never mind.
Anyways, let me just cap the story off so we can move on from it. All right. So I send my brother the same videos that I just showed you, right? That very bright lightning. I want to find this one more because this one is hilarious too. Because you can't really. It's gonna take me too long to find it. Basically, I'm recording my back porch.
Okay.
Recording out the back to try to get lightning. It was too dark, so I didn't realize the camera was not facing outward. It was facing me. But there was a unbelievably bright lightning that was brighter than the one you saw.
Oh, yeah.
Even brighter. Like, blindingly bright. And it's hilarious because, like, the video, you see nothing. And then you just see, like, my entire shirt and face just, like, light up. Like, the middle of the daytime. Just for a split second. And then I think you could hear me in the video say something like, "Holy shit!" And then just... I'm not even joking when I say this. Probably the loudest, most disturbingly, like, earth-shattering thunder I've ever heard in my life. Like, it shook it was like an earthquake.
Yeah.
It was an actual, and it wasn't one of those just quick, loud bangs. I mean, it was like a just roll in, just shook the earth.
Oh, yeah.
And I like to call those ones, when they're that loud, I've only heard like 3 that loud before. I call them, they're like nuclear bombs going off, right? So, what I did, I sent that video, the first video I showed you, to my brother, which was afterwards.
Right.
He finally acknowledged it, though, and he was like, "Bro, that's insane." And I was like, I said back to him, I said, because he didn't see the loud one that I just mentioned to you. He didn't see the video for that one yet. And I said, "Oh, yeah, dude, it was insane. It flashbanged me. Oh, and also a nuclear bomb went off."
Right.
And then his response was, he said, and I was like, "What?" He's like, "Oh." He was like, "Just next time, like, don't put it so casually like that, because if there were to be a situation in the world where somebody got nuked and a bomb went off, that is exactly how you would word it if you told me." And I had to sit there and like, that is exactly how I would say that to him if that happened. And that's why I wanted to bring that up, because I could just picture myself. Like, if another country just dropped a nuke, I'd just text my brother and be like, "Hey, a nuclear bomb went off," just casually, you know.
Because of that lightning strike.
Well, that's just how I would actually say it to him.
It prepared you.
He just made the connection that I didn't like think about it at the time. I was like, that is exactly.
Hey, speaking of nuclear bombs.
Oh God, where's this going?
What's your opinion on AI?
Okay.
Dude, you've taken like 10 sips and I have no drink. I'm not sharing your bottle.
All right, I can pour it in your little cup here.
Oh, yes, of course.
No, you're okay.
I mean,
is it clean?
No.
Right.
I was just received this cup today as a gift. I don't know where it's been, so it's just probably gonna sit here and be like a nice little thing on my display.
You'll have to fight through it.
Yep, it'll be all right. I make it through every week. Okay, so we're an hour in, man.
And
this is the hefty one.
You're trying to flip this on me. Listen, people listening. All right, I've been bringing this up to Karsen for a while.
Get it out.
I'm like, we need to talk about AI. All right, there's a thing that needs to be talked about. It needs to be discussed. Because it's
getting there, man.
The point that we're at in the world right now is really at the point where, like, my biggest fears and my biggest, like, I hope we never get to that point. Well, we're at that point, okay?
Yes.
Now, this is such an interesting topic because of the polarity of views that you can take on this, right? On one hand, the good things that can be accomplished with AI are incredible.
Yeah.
Like, you can do amazing things with it if you put it in the right hands, right? But, dude, we've already seen some of the things that can happen if you put it in the wrong hands.
Yep.
And so I want to talk to you about this because I want to know what's the balance here. How do we figure this out? Because here's an example I saw just the other week, okay? And this is the side of it that I fear for, okay? And this was after they had that big earthquake, wherever I honestly didn't really keep up with that whole story.
What, a couple of days ago?
Was it a couple
It was
days?
off the side
It was
of,
like a week
China
or
or
two.
Japan
Yeah. And there was a whole like tsunami warning for the entire world or something.
They used AI to save
No. Oh God, no. Nothing, not nearly as responsible as that.
What they
No.
do?
After they were talking about the potentials for tsunamis and floods and all that stuff, it was a video, okay? Mm-hmm. And that's always a good sign when we're talking about AI, is by starting saying, well, it was a video.
Yeah.
It never ends well. It's a video of like a helicopter overhead view of, I guess, what was supposed to be maybe a city in either Japan or possibly Hawaii. And it was a video of just a gigantic just wave of water engulfing basically the entire city. Now,
what?
The problem is
that was an AI video. So they used an AI video. Oh.
It was AI because you can tell because
you can always tell.
Here's
me. I can always tell.
I know you got the eye for this. I kind of got the eye for this. There was like a spot where like the wave, you could see the wave kind of going, but like the water wasn't there. It kind of like lagged behind a little bit, like one of those weird glitchy AI things it does, right?
Yeah.
So like you could tell, but the problem is like when you put it on the internet and you just put it out there and don't acknowledge it's AI. If you just put it out there and say like, "Oh, this is a video they took in Hawaii of be careful, everyone." Do you know how many poor, unfortunate souls? You typically like the older generations. They're the ones I really fear for. That are gonna see that and be like, "Holy shit!"
My grandmother is always asking me on Facebook, "Is this AI? Is this AI?"
Dude, but think about how many of those grandparents that are out there are gonna see that and not ask. They're just gonna assume that it's real because they don't know any better.
Exactly.
And it's like it's terrible.
Poor souls.
Because they're like being. That's my biggest concern. Is the people that are just so gullible and like, I mean, basically helpless. I mean, they can't help that they don't know.
But do you think we kind of already had that before with like people who were just good editors?
Not at this level, because the level AI is at. I think about this too though, because AI is only getting better as time goes on.
Right.
It's improving. Eventually, it's gonna get to the point where those little random glitches don't happen. It's gonna look flawless.
Yep.
There's another video I saw. It was a video of like a woman at an airport trying to get a kangaroo onto the plane. Have you seen this one?
No.
It's.
But it was AI.
I was so sold. I was so like I believed it because she was basically fighting with the boarding. I don't know what they call them. People that board you on the airplanes.
The flight attendant boarding.
And they're fighting. And she's like, "You can't bring that on the plane. It's a live kangaroo." And then she was like, "No, it's my emotional support kangaroo."
First off, that had to be AI. Because how did they get that?
Listen.
Through the security.
That's the other thing in the world, though. If somebody were to tell me, like, I know someone that has an emotional support kangaroo, I'll probably believe them. There's crazy people out
But they can't.
Listen, I'm just saying. They were at the door, and they were arguing over it while she's holding this kangaroo on a leash. A small one. It was a smaller kangaroo, okay? Not like a giant, one of them ones that could, like, beat you up, you know? But I was totally sold on it until obviously, I always open the comments because what better way to experience all the toxicity of humanity than the comment section of social media? And obviously, as soon as I open it, it's all like, I can't believe people believe this is real. This is like, if you can't tell, this is AI.
It's very noticeable, especially for me, except for today. This happened just today.
You said you weren't going to talk about this one.
I'm not going to drop names.
Okay.
But keeping it vague, there was a video, really cool ad that dropped that had to do with Halloween. And I was like, holy shit, that's badass. I love it. I love the whole concept, the name, everything. And an hour went by, and I went through the comments to see what people were saying about this announcement. And almost all the comments were like, AI, way to go, you're using AI. And I was like, how the hell is this AI? And I looked, and I was watching it. And it's the fingers. It's always the fingers, man.
It's always the fingers.
The fingers did the glitchy thing.
That's how I caught the kangaroo video,
dude, it's
too.
always the fingers. Mm-hmm. There's a movie poster where, well, I don't know if this was true. I think it was just the framing of it. But for the Thunderbolts movie, the Marvel one that came out, there's a hand that pokes out because it's a poster of it's crowded of like the whole crew like crowded together in the poster where they're like all bunched up together and they're like, get away from me and stuff like that. So there's a character in the corner where you can see like half of his hand, and there was a whole controversy for the longest time the way it was framed. It looked like he had 2 extra fingers or like 6 fingers, and they were like, look, AI. But then they were like, no, it's the way it's framed. You could see it, and I think it was debunked that it wasn't AI, but I don't know what to believe. So.
Well, like I said, once they fix the finger thing, because it's only a matter of time.
Yep.
They're gonna fix it, okay?
Dude, if they fixed that hand thing on that video earlier, I would have believed it.
Same. I saw another one of a bunch of different animals just jumping onto a trampoline and having a good old time. Listen, there's some like harmless things that people could put out there like that. There's those kind of videos, but then there's also like legitimate, actual like dangers and like
not good things.
They put their. I see frequently there will be like fake videos of like NFL coaches during press conferences, and it's completely AI, and it's just them talking, and they're just saying the most absurd things, like just of all time. And like, while most people in our generation will see it and just know, like, oh, that's somebody that used AI, ha, that's hilarious. Like, there's gonna come a time when there's gonna be enough people to watch it and believe it, and they know that it's not. They don't know it's AI, and they're gonna think it's legitimate. One of the very first uses of AI that I remember seeing, like through social media or whatever, was it was like a joke account on one of the social medias, and it was always a video of it was like 3 of the presidents. It was like Obama, Biden, and like Trump playing video games together in like a voice chat.
Those are great.
Yeah, which I'm saying, like, some of them are funny. It's good and all, but
what are your opinions on the Yetis?
Listen.
You know what I'm talking about?
I am a creative guy. I'm an Enneagram Type 4. Remember, I'm an intense creative. So creativity, like, I love it. I thrive with it, and I love seeing other people thrive with it.
Understood.
And like the Yeti videos, they are hilarious. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And like I will give credit where it's due, just for pure creative ingenuity, all right?
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying that it's the polarity of it, because, I mean, making those, that's fine, but if you start making videos of people, like famous people, and making them say things that they never said, how is that not going to become a concern at some point, when you can't discern whether or not it's a real video? And it like... especially when they're making them like of like the president saying these things.
Yeah.
Because you could, like, if somebody were to make a video of like Donald Trump saying something like insane, and then just send it to some totally gullible person that's gonna believe it, and believe me, I know people that'll believe it, and they're gonna say, "Oh my gosh, this is the craziest thing! I can't believe you said that," and they're gonna send it to all their stupid gullible friends too.
Yep.
And
how it is.
There's no good ending for this. And like, I fear that all of the positives that could potentially come from AI are
going to be overshadowed
far outweighed by the negatives. Yeah.
Yep.
So what I want to know, Karsen, is how do we find that balance? How do we, like, because it's a lot to say. Like, you can't make every single piece of AI that's created have some kind of warning that says this is AI.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like something that's going to happen.
I don't think we're going to find that balance, my man.
So is this just how...
It would have to rely on people to be responsible.
So basically, this is the beginning of the end of civilization, is what you're saying.
See, yeah, I don't know. It's the beginning of a very lazy one, I would say.
I mean, that was already kind of beginning, but... Again, the positive uses for AI, like all the time. Like, when I go on Google and I Google something, right? Mm-hmm. If I Google a specific question, see, before AI came out, I'd have to like Google the question and just look through the list of like websites and hope to God one of them answered my question.
Yeah.
Now they got the AI thing on Google where it just answers your question for you, and then it tells you the websites it got its info from and stuff.
What about...
You know how many times that's helped me in my life.
What about this? What if you like need like say you're like... You need like a funny joke or something, and you tell AI on Snapchat or something, tell me a funny joke that has to do with racing, and they'll give you like a few options. What about that? Do you like that?
Well, I've never used my Snapchat AI because I'm not gonna communicate with AI. All right, it's not. I'm one of them weirdos, like people that even people that use Siri. All right.
Yeah.
I try not to judge. I don't judge. All right. But when people pull out their phone to ask Siri a simple question that they could just type on Google, I always look at them and I'm like, you are dead ass talking to your phone right now. Like, I cannot take you seriously. Like, I can't.
Really?
I don't like it.
That's been around for a long time.
It has. No, it has. But now it's kind of like, and they had all these commercials for what was the guy's name? I don't know. Like, there's the Watson for a while.
Yeah.
And then they had a Gemini, right? They're just having full-blown conversations with an AI, and it's...
Dude, name all the movies where AI went bad. Terminator.
AI or, like, just... Because robots or AI, like, you could... Where's the line? Terminator?
Terminators. iRobot. Have you seen that one?
iRobot is a good one, yes.
Transformers 4. Freaking...
Here's what I said. I was going to ask you...
Robopocalypse.
I was going to ask you this one, Carson.
Yep.
If you had to pick... If I were to ask you, like... in the future, in the timeline that we are currently living in,
right,
in the path we're headed down,
yeah.
If there's like one movie out there, or a video game even, that most closely resembles how you think it's going to play out if it were to happen in real life, which one do you think you would have to say? And I thought about that question a lot, and I actually do think that I said, at least just from the top of my head right now, I think iRobot is actually...
Yeah, I'd say iRobot or Transformers 4 at the end, where it gets out of hand a little bit and a city does get attacked, but we buckle down and we stop it.
Well, here's the thing: you might have to elaborate on that one because, like,
you haven't seen.
You're saying I know that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying which one do you think would most resemble real life, and you say Transformers. I mean, come on. So can you explain to me so I understand?
Spoilers for Transformers 4: Age of Extinction.
Good, because I don't plan on seeing it.
There is a Steve Jobs Apple type of company that takes the metal from destroyed Transformers and they make their own, where someone could buy a Transformer to mow their lawn or for space travel and stuff like that. Our own artificial intelligence. Well, they decide to use the brain from the old head of Megatron, which was the bad guy.
Well, horrible idea.
And another head of another bad guy. And they form it together and put it into a brand new body. Well, this robot becomes evil because it's got the brain of the bad guy, and he infects the entire army that they're producing for the world, and then they all become evil and they attack Hong Kong,
which makes sense. I mean, that's kind of how technology would operate.
It'll take one to fuse the other.
That's the premise of Terminator too. That's how it is. Like, there's one over Skynet is like kind of the overseeing AI that controls all the robots, so it's have you go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just going to say their plan is to blow up the city to create more, to end the world, basically.
Of course.
But the world and the Autobots nut up and shut up and they stop it. And they learn from it.
I will say this. My fear has not... My fear shifted a little bit. It was from that whole kind of Terminator aspect of, like, AI gets smart enough to realize that it's, like, it becomes sentient because it becomes so advanced.
Right.
And then it decides for itself what the best thing to do is, which is kill people.
Yeah.
Which... That's not necessarily really my fear, if we're talking realistically. But it's more so like what humans are capable of doing with the AI that we're developing.
Right.
And that's, I mean, and just to ask what humans are capable with any kind of technology is always a scary question.
Yes.
Because it's bad things. It's always bad things.
Yeah.
But have you seen, I don't know if this is going to kind of transition into our movie talk here.
Let me see it.
The movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen that one?
Yes.
That is a very interesting take on AI.
Honestly, that might be another movie where I think that's where it is. It probably already is. There's AI girlfriends.
We're getting to, like, that movie has played out sort of how real life is played out, and I love that movie too.
I do. I was just about to say, to be honest, I got sucked into the character.
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix always plays like the perfect, like, weirdo old guy.
I think I teared up at the end. I teared up at the end.
Why is Joaquin Phoenix so good at playing, like, just the weird middle-aged man? Just the
awkward
weirdo.
He's so good. He's so good.
I love that. That's an incredible movie.
I should probably go back and rewatch that because it's been, like, at least 7 years since I've seen it.
And it kind of, but, like, yeah, the way the movie plays out, they say the setting of the movie is, like, a slightly, not dystopian, but like a one of those, it's kind of like the future, like, 10 years into the future, whatever.
Right.
But, and they're coming out with these new AIs as operating systems, which kind of seems like what we're trying to do right now. And, like you said, I mean, while the AI robot dating game right now in real life is a little different,
Yeah, they have full-on videos in front of you now.
Well,
her was just an earpiece, right?
Yeah, it was just like actually talking to a robot that has like a personality.
So if anything, we're ahead of them.
Which is good, but actually it's not good.
It's good?
No. It's actually bad because right now I'm just trying to put myself in the head of like just a how do I put this without sounding weird? Put myself into the head of like a creepy older man that's relying on like AI technology to
he falls in love with it.
Well, I was gonna say fall in love, but satisfy his dirty desires. You understand what I'm getting at?
Lambert, it's already hot in here, man.
Listen, you can't tell me right now that most of the guys out there that are utilizing AI for companionship purposes, they're not doing it to fall in love and meet the love of their life. They're doing it because they're perverts,
right?
And it's and they target it at you too, because they put. I see ads out there all the time,
everywhere.
like get this AI girlfriend. She'll take her clothes off. Like what? I don't, bruh. That's another concern too. They're making fake. I don't even want to bring this up, because of how freaky it is. But they make fake videos of people talking.
Yeah.
It's gonna get to a point where they can make fake videos of. Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be people setting each other up and.
Total
anarchy.
Yeah, I mean, I was. Yeah.
But you ready for this, man? I've kind of accepted it, and it's to the point where, you remember when? No, we didn't remember this because we weren't around. But you know the older folks who kind of refused to use the internet or cell phones, they got left behind. They either accept it and learn how to use it and keep up, or they just stay like, nope, I refuse, and then they get left behind. You know?
I respect those that get left behind. You made the right choice, I think.
Yeah, but I respect that too, but I don't want to be left behind.
No, I feel bad because
I don't want this younger generation passing me up and doing what I do better just because they're using tools that I refuse to use.
Well, okay, so those are like a couple more good points you bring up too. Is like because we're basing our knowledge, like when we grew up, we didn't have anything like this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So now, so we grew up thinking like. I grew up thinking like the light bright was the craziest invention ever. You remember that?
The what?
Oh gosh,
the night bright?
It's called a light bright, I guess.
Is it a night light?
No. It's a very nostalgic little toy that obviously I remember and you don't because of my age. I was hoping maybe.
That's right, you are pretty old.
Yeah. Well,
do you remember Zuzu Pets? That was like the AI of my generation.
No, I guess. Well, because the light bright wasn't AI. It was just a simple little toy. Basically, it's just like a light up screen with like little colorful pegs, and you put the pegs in, and it makes a pretty picture and stuff like that.
I think I know that.
Yeah, that was what I, as a kid, considered quote unquote technology.
Yeah.
And now, they're getting born into this generation. They're getting born into this world now, where AI is going to be like all they know. Mm-hmm. And that is the terrifying part because it's not like. It's like setting in stone that there's no going back. Mm-hmm. And that's my fear. I want to go back, and we can't go back. So what do we?
Go back unless we invent time travel. Until the AI knows how to do it, and then they try to kill us.
I mean, I've seen the Back to the Future movies. I've seen a million reasons why time travel is a horrible idea. Right?
I'd honestly be more down for that than AI, but
I would too. But also, I don't know. It just feels.
Oh well.
Inevitable.
What are you gonna do? Honestly, I don't agree with all of it, and I get mad when I see people getting lazy because I myself do not do this. I do use some AI tools, like you brought up the Google thing. You know, would you consider like when you try to find a new place and you put it in your maps on your phone? Would you consider that AI?
I mean,
it takes you right to there.
It's basically like the same as a search engine, though.
Okay. So you're using the internet, basically.
Yeah, like just a quicker, more direct form of internet. Where
okay, I understand.
Like if I could put an example, like if I wanted to search for somewhere to eat in a new town or something, and I could put in this like list of specifics. Yeah. Like I want a place that has like very good like this kind of food, but like isn't above this price range, and then it could just immediately show me the answers. And options, like that's a useful thing. That's a nice thing. That I would use,
the little bots that vacuum your house?
That's just laziness. That's a different, whatever.
But do you think AI is cool to be used as tools of things that you don't want to do, so you can focus more on the things that you do want to do?
Well, see,
I don't like it the other way around.
The problem is I don't really consider that even AI. Like I know why you'd say it, but like the self-cleaning robots, because all it does is it goes in a straight line until it hits something and then it turns.
Right.
That's not exactly like artificially intelligent. That's just kind of programming and whatnot. It's the again. It's like I said. It's more what humans will do with technology than the technology what it will do with itself.
Right.
And if you want to get a fucking vacuum that'll vacuum your own floor on your own, you know what? I got no problem with it. It's one less thing you got to worry about until it breaks and you don't realize it's not working, and you come home and there's just popcorn crumbs everywhere. Which is a problem I have a lot. But
hey man, I do love the vacuums that are cordless. That was a great invention, man.
I still got the mini vacuum.
Oh yeah, man.
Portable vacuum.
Freaking
I still
love that. Now that was a smart invention.
All the younger kids will have no idea what this term means, but they used to call that bad boy a dust buster. Yeah, that's some ancient technology.
Do you remember the ShamWow?
Oh, how could I forget that?
Remember how much of a splash, pun intended, that made when it came out? That was like the greatest thing ever.
Was it so much the ShamWow itself or the guy advertising it?
Both, and it was that commercial that sold it, because like it made it look like that was when I realized. I think I was like 11 or 10 when that came out. I was like, holy fuck, man, we're in the future now. And that was the greatest thing ever.
I like those because he ended up making a couple other things like the slap chop. Remember?
Yeah.
I think somewhere in the commercial, he's like, watch this, you're going to love my nuts.
And those commercials were so long. It took up the whole run. I was like, how, the amount of money, the ShamWow.
That was the new age Billy Mays, remember?
Yeah. Did you have a ShamWow? Did you end up buying one?
No, I never dabbled with it.
My family did.
I should have, just so I could actually compare the authenticity of their claims.
We had a ShamWow, man. It was great.
Did it operate as advertised?
Yes, to a certain extent.
Of course.
And then it got old fast.
It's always to an extent, you know.
So I can't remember actually. I got to test that theory. Do you think the ShamWow is still around today?
I'm sure there's. If it's not that one specifically, somebody stole technology.
I don't want a second, third party knockoff.
Well, that's what happens. That's another thing with today's day and age. You come up with a cool idea, and it's like it's yours for like a month.
If you patent it.
Yeah, but then eventually there's always something that comes out that uses the same technology that eventually, because, I mean, how much can you really patent something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's above my pay grade. I don't know.
So, closing remarks on AI. For me, I'll go first. I use some tools to make things easier, to help me out with things I don't know and stuff like that, especially like the Google searching and stuff like that. It's a lot faster. Things like that. Spelling, I use it a lot for my grammar now. If I'm in a pickle, I'll copy paste. I'll be like, correct my grammar issues. Boom, sent, done. But when it comes to it taking over the things I want to do, you will. I promise you this: you will never see a fully AI generated ad that I'm behind for any company, not just 3RK, but for my Karsen Cervi multimedia. You will never see it because I just won't do it. I will not have a fully like shark walking with a pair of pants on and a gun and stuff like that. You will never see that from me. So I use the little tools to make things easier, to make some things move faster. I've accepted that it's here, but I also do not want to be left behind. I will take the time to learn all these tools and stuff like that, and I will not make it, I won't make myself sick over it, life goes on. I'll still go out and talk to people and have a family one day, I guess, and hope to God Elon Musk or somebody doesn't make the next Megatron, and then that takes over the world.
I will make myself sick over it. All right, I'm kind of on the other.
Brandon, that's not healthy.
Not okay. Listen.
Our next topic should be mental health.
Okay.
And my first word of advice is stop worrying about so much about AI.
No. Well, it's warranted, but so I think I do wonder if it'll kind of sap the creativity out of man. That was kind of a smaller concern I had, but not really my main. Because if we rely on it for all of our creativity, is creativity gonna between humans just gradually?
I really hope not.
Dim down. I hope not.
Remember that video that I told you about how it was like $5 to watch an AI movie and $1,000 to watch an authentic one?
Yeah, but
that was a funny video. I will say that, but.
I think with the direction it's heading, I would be more than happy. I would be on the leave me behind side. I'm fine with being left behind. If it continues the way it's going, leave me behind. I will live my life just totally acting as if it doesn't exist. And you say, you one day, have a family. I would like that too. but I cannot, like, in good faith, bring a child into this world that we live in right now. I couldn't do it.
Really?
For its sake, I couldn't do it because...
Really?
I mean, what do you...
You think it's that bad?
I don't... Not right now, but the trajectory, the slope of the trajectory we're on is exponential.
Oh, yeah. Well, politics-wise, yeah.
And politics, technology, just everything kind of combined, like the question you always got to ask is like, okay, so what's next?
Yeah.
And it's getting to the point where every time I say what's next, the possible answers are scary.
Yeah.
They get scary.
Or the thing that is going to happen next immediately happens, and you see it in the news.
Yeah. When's the last time you said like, okay, what's next? And the thing that happens next is something good. Just never. Just never. It's never good. So AI, just all that good stuff. I think somehow, some way, I don't know how it'd be done, but somehow, some way, there needs to be like restrictions and what's the word? Regulations onto who can use it and what it can be like used for. Like it cannot fall into the wrong hands. Like if just your everyday schlub can obtain access to like an AI creating services just because he can afford it.
Right.
And he can just make whatever he wants with it depending on how much he can afford. That's when things are going to get bad. So it needs to be like only certain levels of like certain corporations or like levels of like, I don't know, I hate to say like certain levels of like the government because I mean, how much do we trust that? But it needs to be limited to who can make it. And like if the wrong people are making it, it needs to have some sort of like punishment with it, like of some kind, just depending on what they're making it with or what they're making with it. And like the companies that are integrating it into like the Google, that are using it for search engine stuff, like that's who should be using it. Is people that are genuinely using it to try to use it to provide more, tools and stuff for people like you. Like you said, you use those like tools and stuff. Those are the kind of things that if it was channeled solely for like those purposes, I think it's we'd be in a lot better spot. But it just unfortunately feels like that's not quite the direction it's heading. Who knows? Next time I see you, there might be some crazy like AI big scandal thing that happened. Like somebody made something like you never know.
That is we do have a lot of time for that to happen because we're taking a week off.
2 weeks, not just 1 week. Oh my god.
So we'll see. I'll let you know if I see any drones or UFOs or AI bots flying around in the sky in North Carolina.
If it's AI, don't even tell me about it.
Or maybe if there's a robot that like works at the bar as a bartender and he comes up and asks me what kind of margarita I want at Jimmy Buffett's.
Listen, if he clarifies to you that he is an AI, that's fine. But if he tries to pose as a human.
On that note, we're gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah.
So you got everything out of your system about AI?
I do. I think we really suckered a lot of something out of nothing today. Huh?
Yeah.
We did.
I feel like it was very productive.
Yeah. What was our runtime here?
Shorter than the others, which I think is good.
Yeah, considering we didn't have a guest, too.
Yeah, no guests this time around. Although that first podcast did go over, 2 hours with just us talking?
2:17 the first one.
Yeah.
Hour 57, week 2.
So, yeah. So, we're going to wrap it up here. We're taking a week off next week because I will be at the OBX. I'm so excited. Brandon, how are you going to live without me?
NFL preseason.
That's right.
That's all that's holding me. That's all that's holding me together right now.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, we're going to sign off. Hopefully next time we'll be back with a new guest, and then we'll talk some more hot, spicy topics. I'm Karsen and Cervi signing off. Say bye-bye, Brandon.
So long!
Bye-bye.